Welcome into the show, everyone. I'm your host, Earl Hall. This is episode 1. This is the first official podcast version, the first official show for BookLaunchSuccessFormula.com. I definitely want to make sure that you visit that website. We've definitely got some things going on there. I've been working feverishly putting together the page. For those of you that don't know, this whole thing started. This thing launched on last Thursday. What was that? September 30th. Today, as I'm recording this first official episode for the show, is October 5th. So, and let me explain to you what's going on with this particular show, for BookLaunchSuccessFormula.com. What I'm doing is I am documenting the process that someone should use to not only, basically, it's to market, promote, and sell your book. This is why I'm doing this. And the thing that's kind of neat, I'm going to say, about what it is that I'm doing is that everything that I'm showing you, from this podcast to the website to my social media presence, I'm showing you how to do this from ground zero. I'm launching this book somewhere around the date of January 1, 2017. And for me to document this process and for me to train you and teach you how to do this, I'm doing this myself. Again, I'm starting from ground zero. The title of the book is the same title as this radio show, Book Launch Success Formula. That's the title of the book. So what I'm doing is I'm taking you on my journey from square one. I started writing the book on last Thursday. Over the weekend, what I did was put together my website, which is at BookLaunchSuccessFormula.com. There's probably a link in the description that you're listening to this from. Make sure that you check that out. If you're an author, a writer, and it doesn't matter the genre that you're in. Whether you're in fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter. You're a romance writer, you're a marketing writer, business writer, whatever it is. This book that I'm putting together, Book Launch Success Formula, is going to document for you the steps that you need to take. My whole premise, with this thesis that I'm putting out here is that you must develop an audience for your book before you start selling your book. It's going to be the easiest thing to do. Now, for many writers, now depending on the genre that you're in, some writers that write from scratch, it might take you, a couple of weeks to a couple of months, or maybe even years to finish a book, depending on how long it is and depending on what the genre that you're in is. But the process that can be used to build a tribe of raving fans around what it is that you're doing is the same. Doesn't matter the genre. So what I've already produced, like I said, I started writing the book on last week, Thursday, which was September 30th, I believe. Today is October 5th as I'm recording this for you. I've put together the website, BookLaunchSuccessFormula.com. Make sure that you visit that. Make sure that you join up at the website. Check out what I've got going on there already. I've set up my social media presence on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I've set up these mediums because these are the mediums that all authors are going to have to figure out how to use. And these are the things that I'm going to be teaching you how to do. It's how to set up your social media presence, what it is that you need to do on them. And one of the things that's going to be coming up that I'm really excited about is that I've been in contact and I've been connected with certain different authors out there that are using Amazon in ways that I never even thought about using to promote your book. These are the types of things that are coming up. So I listen to and I hear so many different, authors, indie authors that are out there that are trying to get their book launched. They're trying to get published. They're wondering if they should self-publish, if they should find a publisher, if they should find a PR person, how to promote their books. These are the things that they struggle with. And it's understandable why the struggle is there, because creative people in whatever creative niche that you're in, and we're talking about authors and writers here, you are passionate about what it is that you do. The business side of it, many creative people aren't that adept at figuring out, or it takes them a long time to figure out. And there's nothing wrong with that because we know what we know and we're good at what we're good at. So this is what we do. So the whole thing behind me but the whole thing behind me documenting my process is because I want to give anyone and everyone that wants to see a step-by-step process on how to do this, I'm going to show you how to do it. So with this show, with the book, with the website, booklaunchsuccessformula.com, this is what we're going to be doing here. Now, I posted a blog on yesterday, actually, on Tuesday, and it's talking about the 5 key steps to building your fan base. Because again, this is the premise behind all of this. You need to be building your fan base all the time. And I know people struggle. And here's the thing you do not want to be out there doing on social media. You do not want to be out there every time you make a post on Facebook or you put a tweet or whatever it is that you do. Please don't put out a post every single time with a link to purchase your book. Just don't do that. People do not like to be sold to. They really don't. But there are ways and there are tactics, there are techniques that work so that the people that want to know what it is that you're doing, they want to read about what it is that you're writing about, there are ways to find them. So I went through some of these steps in this particular blog. You can read the blog at your leisure at booklaunchsuccessformula.com. But here are the 5 steps you need to do. And this is where I've began. And so this is the beginning of what it is that I'm doing to build my fan base, to build the base of people that are interested in reading about what I'm writing about, which is how to launch your book and how to make money from it. So the first thing that I have in the list, you got to build a website that captures email addresses. You've got to be doing that. I see so many times authors, they develop a website and there's never anywhere for anyone to sign up for anything. There's nothing there. The only thing that's there, you've got the image of your book, probably from Amazon or whatever, and you tell a little bit about your book, and you may have an excerpt from your book. But the thing as an author that you want to make sure that you do to develop your fans is you've got to capture their email addresses. It's one thing to get Twitter followers and Facebook followers and all of that, but there is nothing that is going to garner you more revenue than being able to market directly to people that have raised their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in this. I want to know more about this. So you want to make sure that you're capturing email addresses. Now, there's a way and there's a process that you want to make sure that you employ on your website, that entices people to put in their name and email address because that's what you want. So here's one tip I'm going to give you, and there's going to be many more to come. But on your website, you want to have an opt-in page. You want to have an opt-in, right on the front page of your website. The thing that you should be doing is talking about your book and going on and having people opt in for it. That's what it should look like. Now, there's got to be something to entice them too. So if you're, on Facebook and on Twitter, and I'll get to that in a moment, but let's just say I'm narrating a romance novel right now. So let me just say, if you're a romance novel writer, a fiction writer, you want to engage people on Facebook and Twitter that are reading romance or fiction novels. You want to engage with those people. How do you find those people? On Twitter, it's very easy. Hashtags. And I'm going to get to hashtags in a minute. But so when you are engaging these people on social media, you want to have on your opt-in page, get the name and email address, but offer them something. And what you want to offer them is the thing that they're interested in. The thing that they're interested in is finding out more about your book. So give them something. Give them something. Now, if you're doing like I do, and you're in the process of writing the book, there's certain things that you're going to have to do. So it might be, you might write one page or one chapter. Give that away. Just give that away as an enticement. And this chapter better be off the chain. That's all I'm going to say. The chapter better be off the chain, or whatever information that you're going to provide them with for free. Now, that could be, anything from free signed copies of your book, but you still are yet in the enticement game. So you've got to be able to entice them with something. On your homepage of your website, describe what the characters are about. This might be, down to your description that you have on Amazon or will be putting on Amazon. You want to write something that's going to grab their attention. You want to write something that is going to compel that person that is interested in reading that romance novel to buy. Well, at this point, compel them to put in that name and email address so that you can capture it. This is a huge part of the process for building your fan base. And if you're not doing this, do it now. Now, the other thing that I did besides set up my website and, begin to capture email addresses was I set up accounts on social media. At a minimum, you're going to need Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I think those are going to be the key things to focus in on. I've been having tremendous success. I launched my social media presence on just this past Saturday. That was October 1st. Today is October 5th. I'm blown away that on Twitter already I have over 200 followers on Twitter. Now, here's a little thing, and I'm going to get into the hashtag thing here with you for a bit here too, because some people know about it, some people don't. But let's say you're a romance, you're researching how to find some fans for your romance novel that you're writing, and I don't care the genre. It could be business, marketing, whatever. But you're keyed in on romance novels. So just go to Twitter and search hashtag romance. See what's there. Search for the hashtag romance author. See what other authors are saying and doing out there. Successful ones that are producing content that you know about. Do the hashtag, for what is it? Gosh, it just left my mind here. Kindle, my goodness. Go to Kindle, research things on Kindle, research things on Amazon. Pay attention to hashtags. Hashtag is a little pound sign, basically, that's on your keyboard. What number is it on? The number 3. It's on the number 3 on your keyboard is that little hashtag thing. Search for keywords that are interesting to the target market that you're looking to capture. Start using those keywords, those hashtags, in your posts on Twitter and in particularly in Instagram. You can use them on Facebook as well. People are becoming more and more adept at searching hashtags because this is how people are spreading the word about certain things that they're doing. So you want to incorporate hashtags into your strategy on social media. This is a key thing. Now, the next thing, post regularly and engage with everyone that engages with you. This is important. So many times I see people on social media, they post and all you do is you go there and you look to see how many people are liking your post, how many people are commenting on your post, how many people are sharing or retweeting your posts. Well, you're just taking. You've got to give. So what that means is, besides regularly posting and engaging with the people that engage with you, like they do share or they do like your post, go to their pages, do the same. Go to their pages, do the same. Input some valuable content on there. And that's the thing here. When the second part of this whole thing, or my fourth point, is comment and share on other people's posts as well. Add value and spice to the conversation. Go to other people's Facebook page, people that are in your target market, and they're a avid reader of whatever it is, the type of genre that you produce. Go to their pages, see what they're writing about on other books. If you read their other books or that they're talking about reading, comment on those books. Make a effort to engage with these people that you want to engage with you. It can't be all about you just waiting back and sitting who's going to respond. That's not how social media works. It's about you engaging with them as well. This is how you're going to garner that know, like, and trust feature that you have to garner as a marketer. And believe me, if you're an author, you've got to become a marketer of your own stuff. Finding an agent, finding a publisher, many times people are frustrated, especially if you're an indie author and you're new. These things have to be looked at in regards to marketing your book, that don't put it in the hands of someone else. Don't put it exclusively in the hands of a publisher if you have one. Don't put it exclusively in the hands of a PR person if you have one. You've got to engage. You're the one that's going to be most excited about your book. So you've got to, convey that to the people that you're trying to market to. Now, the last point. When you post, and I said this before, very rarely post links to buy your book. It's just not the thing to do. Of course, you want to occasionally post a link to buy your book, but that's what your website is for.